first of all, this right here, you don't even have it. I gotta send this to you. Corona, I'm supposed to get this to you, man.
Oh my gosh!
We just
Wow.
got it, man. It's not my fault. Corona stopped everything, but this is coming to you.
That
We
is
just
so
printed
dope.
these, finally. So happy to have you on the cover. Thank you for talking to us right now. First and foremost, man, just how are you feeling right now? Just with everything. You've had so much success just recently. What's going on? How you feeling? Where your head at?
I feel good, man. I feel good. I'm just trying to focus on everything that's going on with the movie, and hoping people it's well received. But even if it isn't, I'm really proud of what we made, and really proud of this moment that we're in right now as a culture.
Oh, dope. And you talk about this moment. In terms of visibility, why do you think it's so important for young Black boys and men to have visibility and to be seen?
Man, it's everything. It's truly everything. I think some people downplay the significance of visibility and representation, just because it seems so far-fetched, and the fourth wall kind of divides us from our everyday lives and the images that we see on television.
Right.
But as we know, our experiences reflect and influence our everyday reality. So if you're a little Black boy or a little Black girl, and your idea of beauty is defined by the Mona Lisa, a white woman with silky brown hair, and it's not defined by someone who looks like you,
Right.
in a child's mind, you automatically, inevitably assume that you are not the standard of beauty
Wow.
that everyone is saying. So I think it's important for us to show our people, Black people, in the right light, in a beautiful light that is one of celebration, and one of power and love and positivity.
Awesome, awesome. Now, you've been a part of some great storytelling for Black people. Why do you love those particular roles?
Cause for what you said, like, cause it is for my people. One, and also, I didn't when I choose my roles, I don't really look at it like, I don't necessarily look at it like, okay, is a quote unquote Black movie. I do always say, how is my community gonna think about this? That's not performative. That is something that I've always done. It's like, okay, how is this gonna be perceived? How is this going to be digested?
Right.
And so I do go through that process, but it's more of an internal thing. Dee Dee's on here. Dee Dee, Danielle Hensley, he's also in the movie. He does an incredible job, incredible performance.
Awesome.
But yeah, but I don't go through that process
Yeah.
in particular, but I do always have it in the back of my mind. It's like, okay, how is everyone gonna feel about this? But how is my community gonna feel about this? And how am I gonna feel about it when I watch it back? Is this something that I'm gonna be proud of?
Right. Dope, dope, dope. So we're in this age of social media.
Hmm.
How do you think people under the age of 18 are using that power of social media in a good way?
Um, I think for the most part, we're getting into a place where we can sort of be ourselves on social media, and we can sort of express ourselves how we want to express ourselves. I think
Right.
that's part of the beauty of I guess, the institution of social media, is that you can sort of present yourself how you want to be presented.
Right.
I do see a lot, like a little bit of the oversharing, but like that's up to you. Like, do you?
Right. Right.
But
Right.
I think it has its challenges, but it also has its perks. So, I think as long as we get to a place where we're not allowing it to define us,
Right.
letting the positive comments or the negative comments define us,
Right.
then we're in a good space there. It has to be a balance. Yeah, but I think for the most part, I'm seeing some good things, like on social media, like everyone, especially my community, like the young Black community, we're all like really rallying together. From what I've seen,
Yeah. So your community, how can you guys continue to engage and inspire that younger demographic?
I think just continuing to make the kind of stuff that we want to make. I said it at one of the events for Charm City Kings back in January, pre-COVID. I
Right.
was like, yes, we as a people we have our struggles, and yes, every
Right,
day we have our everyday plights. But
right,
every time we're on screen, it doesn't have to be this didactic social justice message. There's so many other things, and so many other eccentricities and beauties in being black.
right,
So by just doing that, by showing those things as well as the not so good things, by having a balance, I think that's a positive influence in itself, because you'd be like, okay, I'm not defined by how my oppressor sees me, or how society sees me. I'm defined by how I treat others and how I view me. And so that's the positive message, I think. So by just doing what we're doing now, I think is really helpful for the culture.
awesome, awesome. Now, do you think that the media plays a responsibility when it comes to talking to young black boys?
I think so. I think so. It's similar to what you asked me before. It's like every time you turn on the news, and you see bank robber suspect, and it's always a black man. Yet
Right,
the juxtaposition is, if it's a school shooter, which usually is a young white male, they refuse to show their face.
right,
So
right.
that in itself is seeps into your subconscious. It's like, okay, well, maybe it's clear that that's how they see me. And so that's why I'm very, very big on defining yourself outside of the ideas of other people in general, but definitely outside of the media's perception of our community, of our men and our women.
Right, right. Awesome, awesome. And what's your take on culture vultures?
Bro. um, I'm not gonna name no names. I'm just gonna speak on what I think is whack.
Right,
It's I think some people would say it's a compliment, and I can see where you would go with that, but
right,
essentially it's not, because the whole concept of what a culture vulture is, it's someone who appreciates the black culture but doesn't necessarily appreciate black people with
right.
that same amount of love and admiration. Amanda Stenberg had a quote. She said, you love our rhythm, but you don't love our blues. So it's like,
Mm,
you want to take you a lot of people like to nitpick the parts of
right,
black culture that they want to see us acting a fool on reality television or whatever, but they don't really want to see us but they don't want to really speak up about issues that black people go through on the everyday basis. So
right.
um, I think it definitely it's a sort of like a backhanded compliment a little bit. It's like,
Yeah,
I love you, but not really. So I think the most powerful thing for us is us really FUBU, like, period. Like,
yep,
for us, by us,
yep,
and that's it. And anyone who wants to latch onto that but wants to show appreciation towards that culture, fine. I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm not knocking that, but
right.
yeah, I
I
think,
get it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get it. I get it. Now, what I'm starting to see is the younger demographic, the younger audience being interested in politics,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's crazy. What's your thoughts on the current political climate right now?
Um, it's very reminiscent of where we were in 2016, I think, 4 years ago, when we're sort of in a between a rock and a hard place with the lesser of two evils. And so I think, just again trying to define, like, okay, um, what do I believe in as an individual, and also what do I think is best for my people, and the for what's works for the better of black people and not to the detriment of our people, is really
Right,
interesting. And I think Trevor Noah said something that I really agree with. I think people should start looking at politics the way we look at sports. It's like, okay, think of the politicians as the team members. If one team member messes up, then that's okay. Like, he can sit on the bench, but we still have to achieve the goal of the team. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, the election doesn't go how they want to go, and they sort of stop rooting for the team. You know what I'm saying? But it's really not the politicians; it's the policies that we're trying to get put in place. Because obviously that's a huge part of the conversation about systemic racism that we're talking about now. The policies that have been seeped into our culture, and have a huge detriment to black people. But I say, please vote. For one,
oh,
please,
everybody,
please, please
please.
vote.
Right.
If you are old enough, I'm not old enough. I guess still got milk behind my ears. You know what I'm saying? I got a few more years. But
Right.
please, 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 please vote if you are able. If you are old enough, please vote.
Perfect, perfect. So one of the, like, I would say iconic scenes that was in movies in general, black films in general, was the one that you did with Queen and Slim. What
Uh,
was it like shooting that scene? And then just what was it like from everybody's experience in the audience, coming, like your feedback from people actually seeing it?
It was awesome. I liked the nuance of it. I liked how some people were really uncomfortable and like really didn't like it, and I liked how
Right,
other people really lauded it for the reasons that you said.
right.
That's the goal as an artist. That's the dream. Hearing people like argue about certain scenes, and you're sort of in the middle there. You have to find the middle ground. But I love it. I love the nuance. I always give praises to Melina Matsukis, our director of that film,
Mm-hmm.
and Lena Waithe, our brilliant writer of that film. I'm so proud to be a part of that film. I actually, fun fact, I auditioned for Queen and Slim on the set of Charm City Kings during my lunch break.
Oh wow.
So during my
Dope,
lunch,
dope.
yeah, and we filmed Charm City Kings in like the heart of West Baltimore. So people were shouting outside. It's like you could hear them shouting in the middle of my audition tape, but it worked out for the better. So
Dope.
yeah.
That's dope. It was, like I said, that scene was powerful. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't think it was
Thank
that
you,
one. I
bro.
was like, oh, that's the guy right there. He ordered something. He gonna be great. So we are here, New York Latino Film Festival, about to be the New York premiere of Charm
Mhm.
City Kings. You're gonna play Mouse, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about the film and your character.
Okay, well, the film is about a young 14-year-old boy who lives in West Baltimore. His name is Mouse. And
Right.
he has really immense obsession with a popular dirt bike group in the
Mm-hmm.
city of West Baltimore called the Midnight Clique. And his dream
Right.
is to be a part of that clique. But also, he is caught between his two friends, his two best friends, who are sort of pulling him in another direction. Um, Instead of trying to achieve his dream or do what's quote unquote right for him. And it's really about how one decision at such a young age can change your life forever.
Wow.
And it's a story of young boyhood, black boyhood, which I think is really dope,
Right.
and a coming of age story. It has elements of Stand By Me, but it also has elements of the classic black films that we've come to know and love. So really excited for everyone to see it.
Oh, no. We about to check it out, and we gonna report
Yeah,
back to you guys. I'm gonna call
please.
you. I'm gonna say, Jay, yo, you killed it, because I already know that's what you're gonna do, man.
Let me
Super
know,
excited.
bro. Let me know,
Of
bro.
course, of course. So, last thing, what can we look forward to, man? We got this coming out, and it's coming out October 18th on HBO Max. This is what I
Oc-
read.
October
October
8th.
8th. 8th. October 8th, guys. Coming out. You guys got to check it out. What else can we look forward to?
I did a film last year, at the top of last year, called The Violent Heart. And that stars Joanna Depo, Mary J. Blige, Chris Williams, Grace Van Patten, a lot of really incredible actors in that. And so I'm really excited for everyone to see that as well. I'm not sure when that's coming out. It was supposed to premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival this
Okay.
year, but circumstances, with the pandemic. So I'm not sure when that's coming out, but be on the lookout for that. And that's the first thing that I can talk about.
That you
Yeah.
can talk about. So, it's so much more. We already know.
hmm
Perfect, perfect. Guys, it's October 8th, HBO Max, Charm City Kings. Make sure you check it out. Jahi Winston, we appreciate you talking to us right now. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
guys
for
for
having me.
tuning in. Of course. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Guys, I'm about to go check this movie out. Charm City Kings right now. I'm sorry, I'm VIP, so I get to go check it out right now. But I'll report back and let y'all know. Thank you guys for tuning in.